Hi everyone, it's Penny Black and Jill Foster here with video number 4 out of 11 in our Share Your Love sketch video series. And any of these card designs and sketches can be used to send loving wishes to someone any time of year. So let's take a look at the sketch that we are featuring today, that we are using today. It features Penny Black's large love letters die cut as the focal point element, which can then be embellished with your favorite die cuts, stamps, anything from your stash can be used with this. So I like to prep a lot of my sketch items ahead of time. And I keep it all in envelopes, and I have a video all about that. I'll link down below and I'll mention a little bit later on. But this is that love letters die. I've got my card panels cut. These are all standard size cards, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I thought I might use this in this orientation with the stencil, but I actually kind of make a game time decision on this and turn it the other way and go in a little bit different direction than I thought. So don't be afraid to do that. If you prep something with a sketch and you end up changing it around, that is okay, as long as the sketch helps you get in there and start using your stash. So you can see I've cut a bunch of these, I've got my card panels ready, and we can begin creating. Before we start, this is just a reminder that all of the sketches included in the Share Your Love series are put together in an ebook for you with a 2-page spread for each video, and you can see the sketch there and the card ideas for your reference. So I'll put a link for that down in the YouTube description box if you'd like to check it out and show your support. So I went ahead and pre-stamped the items that I thought I would use with this sketch, and I've also added some die cuts here that I had in my stash box, and I just put them on some painter's tape to make them easier to paint. So I'm going to paint these in using my Sakura Koi Field sketch box. Just a very simple light wash of color. This is on Canson 140-pound watercolor paper, and I will link all of my supplies that I'm using. I'll list them all for you down in that YouTube description box below. But just very, very simple watercoloring on all of this stamping, and even the die cuts, they were cut from watercolor paper, so I can paint them and kind of keep with the same colors and the same look and feel as the other things. So I'm using my Sakura Koi Field sketch box. I put in a couple of Arteza tube paints down there in the bottom. Again, all of that is listed for you down in the YouTube description box below. Now these are some new Penny Black stamps. There is, let me just take a look at my notes here, Cuteness and Stole My Heart are the stamps that I am using with this. The teddy bears are from the Stole My Heart set, and the Cuteness is this little bunny here. And the teddy bears I especially love with this love letters die. So I love with this large word love that you can have your stamps. If you have any stamps that look like they're sitting down, you can sit them on top of the letters, on top of the die cut love. Or if you have any smaller stamps like that little bunny, you can have them peeking out from the letter O in the word love. Or if you want something a little bit more elegant that isn't sort of critter related, you can embellish it with your favorite floral die cuts. And so here I am just painting these, also coloring in some of the branches just to make it go a little bit faster. I just wanted a nice dark color on these. And working assembly line style. So I had the sketch all ready to go, then I went to my stash and did my stamping and grabbed my die cuts, and now I'm doing all of my painting at the same time. And even though this is the word love, you can send love cards any time of year. They could be encouragement, birthday love, anniversary, wedding, just a simple friendship card, or hugs just because, or thinking of you. And what I love is that depending on the colors that you choose or the other ways that you embellish these letters, either with more floral springtime look or more traditional, more Valentine's looking images like the teddy bears, you can make it work. It's really versatile and you aren't stuck with it using it just that one time. So I'm going to go ahead and paint those die cut letters. That way they'll really go with the feeling and the look and match up nicely with my stamped images. You could also just cut them from colored cardstock, whatever is easiest for you. And then here's what I have, that little bunny. I fussy cut him out, and I'm just inking around the edges with some Memento Toffee Crunch ink. And here's what else I have. So I've got my teddy bears die cut out. I've got my love painted. I've got all of my die cuts painted. Again, just working in that assembly line style. And I can start creating the cards. Now I like to give some extra dimension, so I just glue 2 of these together. I find that also works well when I paint my die cut to help just them to lay flat on the card. So I'm just gluing that together, and look at those teddy bears. They fit perfectly on there, on the sitting up on that word love, with part of it tucked behind and part in front. This is my favorite card of the grouping. And then just from my stash, I've grabbed some floral dies just to add a little something extra behind them. So I'm just trimming those and bending them the way that I like them, the way that I want them to be. And then I'll just grab some regular Scotch tape and tape that onto the back so I can keep moving this around as one piece on my card. So you can see I glued the bears to the die cut, and now I'm adding these floral stems on there, and I can just add that to my card in one easy step. And don't be afraid with your floral die cuts, especially these that have little branches and smaller flowers, to trim them apart so that the arrangement works for the card design that you are creating. This is embossed using our penny black embossing folder, variegated, really versatile one. I've done the entire background with the embossing, and that completes that card. Now hang on, I will show you the other cards I created using the sketch and variations on the sketch. So here are those guys sitting up on the word. And let's take a look at all of the cards using this sketch. Ooh, get that in focus. So sorry, it's coming. There we go. So there is that card up close. Now for this variation, I've just moved or added a little bit of a solid white at the bottom and just embellished with floral dies. And here I added that little bunny peeking out of the letter O. I really enjoyed doing that as well with that cuteness stamp set. Any of those would work well. This is just a reminder before you go that this video is part of a series of sketches created to help you bust through your stash. So if you'd like to see how I did all of my preparation and my setup for my stash and my sketch boxes that I mentioned, it's a really helpful system for actually getting in there and using what you've bought, what you love. I'll link to that video for you down in the YouTube description box below. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. You can also keep connecting with Penny Black on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, our website, Twitter, our blog, and I'll link all that for you down below as well. Thanks for watching and happy stamping.